Hi, I'm Jillian. Thank you for joining us at the Happy Group. If you're new here, welcome. And if you've managed to find your way back to this place that craziest. If you managed to find your way back to this place, welcome back. Today, I'm going to be talking about the top 10 signs that your job is meaningful. I'm exhausted. Excuse me if it comes off in this video. I've recorded this video 3 times now and I'm exhausted. So I may be rushing a bit. I apologize. Sign number 10, that your job is meaningful. Strong employer branding. This is when the reputation of the company precedes you even trying to apply there. When they have been known for good benefits and good behaviors and stuff towards their employees. They have these tactics to attract employees and keep them because it keeps a sense of commitment, knowing that the company you work for has a reputation of being good, treating its employees well. Gosh, I don't like that word employees. I prefer associates. But yeah, treating their people well. And this branding, it shows the company's values and it highlights what makes it an attractive place to work. I don't like this company. I don't like Google. But they have amazing branding. My friend, she works there. And it doesn't matter how much we discuss it. She loves them as an employer. She's worked there for several years and she's quite happy. And that's because she knows, based on the branding and her experience there, that most companies, even though I think they still suck, they're still not bad for a company because of the things that they do and that does get out in their branding. Sign number 9, that your job is meaningful. When the reward system reflects the values of a company. This one is a common one. When a company will reward you for things that are for or against what they try to accomplish as a company. Let me give you an example. You know those companies that where if you produce a certain amount of products, you get a bonus. Like for every toy you make, you get an extra 10 cents. And so they incentivize you to make more. But there comes a cost, usually at the quality. They try so quickly to get these out to make more money that they don't put in the time and effort to make a quality product. But when a company says, hey, you know what, let's focus instead of on trying to make more toys, let's promote the quality of the toys. Let's say, hey, if you create toys and less than 2% of them are defective, then hey, you get a bonus. That is when a company, when its benefits and rewards reflect the values of the company. You have security as an associate, that there's clear communications between your expectations and their demands, and they will reward you for doing an appropriate job. It's not like they say they care about quality, but they're rewarding you for pushing out faster, cheaper, less quality products. No, they know to reward you for exactly what they're asking for. Sign number 8, that your job is meaningful. Minimal micromanagement. This one's a biggie for me. Micromanagement is secretly insidious. It has a detrimental effect on psychology. Nobody wants to have someone over their shoulder telling them what to do. So when a job has minimal micromanagement, it gives you the freedom to enrich your job more, to work on your self-motivation, increase the quality of your work, and to make you feel like you are an effective part of the team. I mean, nothing makes you feel more ineffectual and maybe even treated like a child when someone's watching you over your shoulder. Associates who experience minimal micromanagement get an increase in autonomy and control over their work, and as a result, they feel empowered. Empowerment in your workplace is a good feeling. Sign number 7, that your job is meaningful. Authentic leaders and an authentic work environment. The hallmark of an authentic leader or an authentic work environment is when you can be true to yourself, true to your values, true to your beliefs, your strengths and your weaknesses, but still be able to come to that place, bringing all of yourself, good and bad, and feeling okay with that. And having leaders who embody this is even better. Authentic environment is impossible without an authentic leader. Authentic leaders are perceived as high in moral perspective. They're open, fair in their decision making. And I'm not just saying this. Research has indicated there's an overall positive outcome of having an authentic leader in your organization. When you have an authentic leader, you end up getting an authentic team, and a team that's able to perform at a higher quality with higher productivity. Having an authentic leader, an authentic environment means that you can be authentic, and there's something freeing about being able to be yourself at work and not feel scared. Sign number 6, that your job is meaningful. You feel secure. One should never underestimate the way an organization makes you feel. And when you feel a sense of security, that is hugely important. At the bottom of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, we need food, we need water, we need shelter, we need the bare minimum to feel secure. And then from there, we can flourish. The same applies to a job. When a job gives you psychological safety, when they make you feel secure in who you are, when they are concerned about the stress you experience, when they're concerned about the environment you work in, when they make sure that you have all of the money you need to live a balanced life, when the rules are fair and transparent. These give a sense of security that is very rare in businesses and organizations, in places where we work. And like I said, it shouldn't be underestimated, because that sense of security allows us to flourish in that work environment. If we don't feel secure, if we don't feel safe, we're never going to bring our best productive selves to work. Sign number 5, that your job is meaningful. When a company is tolerant of divergent viewpoints. Now, in the wake of all of the social awareness that's been coming up and the desire for organizations to be diverse, I would like to point out that this is about divergent viewpoints. I am all for diversity. Let's not talk about that. It politicizes. I'm talking about divergent viewpoints. So it doesn't matter what your appearance, it doesn't matter what your background, what your race, your age. It's just respecting different perspectives on a situation or a problem. And I'm not just saying this because it's socially relevant. If you're a more divergent organization with varying viewpoints, you're 25% more likely to be profitable when compared to a company that doesn't have as much diversity. It's about inclusion and mutual respect and understanding that people come from different places, and that whatever, I may agree with you, I may disagree, but we're able to come together and discuss it and respectfully have a discourse. This divergent thinking decreases conformity in an organization, and that conformity is oppressive. When organizations are allowed to flourish in its differentness, whatever the differentness may be, it increases innovation and creativity. And not only that, having divergent viewpoints challenges us as human beings to grow, because our beliefs are confronted by other beliefs that may have valid points to it, and it allows us to adjust and grow and change. It's an environment that gives us the ability to safely change because we're seeing different perspectives, or at least be safely challenged, if not changed. Sign number 4, that your job is meaningful. When the values of a company are true and transparent and obvious. Transparent, obvious, same thing. But values are the basic beliefs that outline the behavior of a company. A good way to test the values of a company, you can do it for yourself. Anybody in an organization, ask them off the top of their head, what's your vision statement and what's your mission statement? If they're unable to tell you off the top of their head, that means their values are not that ingrained into the company. The mission statement, the vision statement, these are basically just words on a poster at that point. But if you, as an employee or anyone in a company, is able to, off the top of their head, say their mission statement and their vision, that says that their values have been incorporated into every facet of the business. Some companies even invite their employees to be a part of the mission, vision statement process so that a part of everyone from the lowest person to the highest in that hierarchy has had a part in creating the overall vision of the company. It shows a respect for the people that work there and allows you to identify with what you're doing. These vision, mission statements, these values allow you to identify with what you're doing as part of the company. And because you become committed, because you've become a part of it, or they've been clear with their values, you are able to coexist with the values of the company and the community and gain a sense of belonging from that. So because I used them earlier as an example and I want to knock them down a peg, Google is currently in litigation right now because they have been unfaithful to their vision/mission statement. And if you didn't know, when Google first started, their mission/vision statement, I can't remember which one, was don't be evil. Plain and simple. Don't be evil. It's gone. They changed that. They threw that out. I mean, it's technically in the employee handbook, but it's not obvious anymore. They're in a litigation right now because they fired employees who followed the don't be evil clause in the employee handbook and said, hey, Google is telling people that they've turned off their location tracking when actually they haven't. And they were fired for saying these things. And they were like, no, we were listening to the employee handbook. My point in all of this is that when a company is true to their values, it shows. And us as human beings, when we have a company that is true to their values and are transparent with it, it gives us that security to know who we're working for, because when they say it, they mean it. Sign number 3 that your job is meaningful: growth or personal enrichment and development. We're human beings. We need to grow. I mean, we stop physically growing as kids, but as we get older, we still want to refine our skills. We want to hone our craft. We want to be good at something so we can contribute. And when a company invests in you to grow, that is meaningful. When they spend money on your career training, pay for your training, tuition, all these other classes, and build you up in your career, or maybe spiritually, where they provide you with prayer rooms and meditation classes, or even your own health. Like they'll give you mental health classes, exercise programs. There are companies that do this. It's not unheard of, but they will invest in you because they see you as valuable. They see you as something worth spending money on to grow and enrich. And I mean, they get your commitment out of it. It's not even like they don't get a benefit of spending money on you, because on average, businesses get about 2.2 times the amount that they spend on you. So if they spent $100 on you for your training, usually the benefit from that training is about $220 minimum. So it's not like they don't get something out of this. But investing in you means that you're free to build on yourself, and you're not just stagnant because they expect you to do the one thing over and over again, and that is it. Sign number 2 that your job is meaningful: when there is mutual trust. From time immemorial, at least as far back as I can think, businesses have just acted from a place of distrust in their employees. I mean, think about it. Micromanaging, surveillance. A lot of the examples that I said in the last one were just examples of how nobody really trusts their employees anymore. And it's sad. A meaningful workplace, they earn your trust by speaking to you with respect, understanding your boundaries. They don't expect you to give all of your time outside of the 8 hours that you already give them to whatever it is they're demanding from you. They trust you to do your job independently without having someone to look over your shoulder. And that sense of respect and trust, that sense of respect is earned not just in how they treat you, but in how they treat the people outside of the company. Organizations that will donate to causes on behalf of their employees. Those are the ones I'm talking about. Actions like that. Companies that don't pollute the environment just for their own bottom line. To be honest, trust has been determined in research to be the most important measure for determining whether a company is good or not. I know I put it at number 2, but you'll see why. Either way, a meaningful job, they're credible and respectful, and they encourage people to have pride in their work and focus on the collective teamwork. And in building that trust between you and your employer and the employer towards you, it increases the meaning of your career tenfold. Because sign number 1 that your job is meaningful: freedom. Without freedom, I think, for me, I don't think a job can be meaningful. This is sign number 1 that your job is meaningful. And there can, like I said, number 2, trust. There can be no freedom without trust. One of the experiences I had that made me get onto this journey with the Happy Group was experiencing a job where I was free. The person who employed me trusted me. I was free to pursue, within reason, of course, what I'm supposed to do at the job. I was allowed to grow and expand my knowledge in the area. It was amazing, and it was an eye-opening experience, one that started a lot of this for me. So when I say I feel trust and autonomy is one of the most important parts, I hope I'm right, but it feels like it is. And when I say freedom, I mean freedom to choose your own schedule, to decide what needs to be done. And the company has to trust you to do that. Freedom is so important because it's an important part of a healthy mindset. It helps make you self-motivated. It helps you unlock what drives you on the inside and use that as motivation. It's a basic requirement for meaningful work. There are even companies that offer autonomy support. Like the managers will say, hey, I'm not going to tell you what to do. You guys know what you're doing. You do it yourself. I'm just here to wait for when you need my guidance, and I will advise you, ask you questions. But no, you go and do it because we trust you to be free and autonomous and to do your job. As someone who's experienced that and has never wanted to go back, so why I started all of this, I think it's the most important part is when we as humans truly feel freedom in our work, freedom to be good at what we're doing, freedom to be a part of something bigger, and freedom to do it in our own way. It's amazing. And actually, it's one of the reasons why we do this, so people can get that freedom, that autonomy, to take back our power from people who have forgotten that we're just as important in this capitalist system as them and their money. We're the ones who get things done. Their money just pays it. Anyway, that was it. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate it. If you're still here, thank you so much. I hope this helps. I hope this awakens something in you and you can take it with you into your life. How do you end these things? Bye. I hope I see you next week, I guess. Ciao.